Oh, sorry. Yes, I am. I don't know if you saw my nod.
Okay, we're going.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and this is Lindsay. Welcome to our presentation, If You Know, You Know, Exploring Informal Communication in the Online Workplace.
Informal communication is a way of writing or talking that is casual and unofficial, contrasted to formal communication, where people conform to prescribed official rules, processes, systems, and formalities, more common in official business communication. In this presentation, we want to focus specifically on communicating in the workplace through memes, GIFs, and emojis, examples and definitions of which you can see here. With many people working from home at the start of the pandemic, and many people still working from home on a regular basis today, we lost some of the informal chit chat that was so easy face to face. As we moved to only emails, Teams chats, and video meetings, people started to connect informally again through emojis and emails, sharing gifs in meetings, and creating their own memes. As reading body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice became more difficult, we started replacing those emotions with more informal, written, and visual cues. Informal communication between people helps to maintain openness, connection, and familiarity between coworkers, and in turn can improve team cohesion. Often, when writing, our tone can come across more harshly than we intend. Tempering our message with a smiley face or a heart can often deliver the tone and meaning behind our words better than more written words ever could. Although maybe slightly biased, Alex Chung, CEO and co-founder of Giphy, a website for sharing GIFs, says the average GIF is capable of conveying meaning in the equivalent of 60,000 words. So more generally, sharing memes, GIFs, and emojis can bring some fun and levity to the workplace. This was especially important during the darkest days of the pandemic. So, to bring some numbers to this conversation, in a survey of 1,000 American employees, Fast Company found that 3 in 4 respondents believed that using emojis had improved their communication in the workplace. However, it is important to keep in mind which emojis you're using and what meaning they convey to other people.
According to a recent study conducted at Tel Aviv University's Koller School of Management, the use of images is often interpreted as a desire for social proximity, and that workers who use emojis in their emails and chats are seen as weaker and less authoritative. This could present significant challenges for an individual in the context of their role or industry. While images can provide context and clarity to our communication, emojis can also confuse our message when there is not a shared understanding of the meaning. The folded hands emoji shown on the screen is a fantastic example. There is ongoing debate about the real meaning in online forums. The most common interpretations are hands in prayer, a high five, or giving thanks. We also need to consider who is being impacted when incorporating images into our communication. Certain pop culture references may not be understood by people with different cultural or generational references than our own. Online culture is saturated with gifs of Black women or gay men being used by non-Black or heterosexual people to express themselves. We need to be aware of the impacts of digital blackface and work to avoid co-opting another person's culture for our own benefit. Previous notions of professionalism were rigid, with prescriptive rules and norms. The pandemic changed that for a lot of people, making emojis, GIFs, and memes much more common in the workplace. Lindsay, do you think that changes for better or for the worse?
Well, on the one hand, informal communication can humanize people, allowing them to express their personality more thoroughly.
Yes, but for some people, formal business communication is their comfort zone. And will we start making those people feel excluded?
So, alternatively, informal communication can level the playing field, giving more people the opportunity to participate. So, people can like a post or a meme, whereas before they might be too intimidated to speak up in a meeting or contribute to an email chain.
That makes sense. But not everyone wants to or can blur the lines between their home life and work life. For some people, memes and gifs just don't quite grasp the meaning, and or they won't quite grasp the meaning of them and may make them feel like they're less a part of the group. So, what do we do now? We have the opportunity to be part of the culture we want to see. Use your best judgment and think of informal communication as an added tool in your tool belt. Every context is a little bit different. The good news is we already know how to do this. Typical in-person social etiquette and norms extend to digital spaces. Use informal communication when it is comfortable and makes sense for you.
So, thanks everyone for listening to our presentation today. Feel free to get in touch with us here, get in touch with an email, or get in touch with an emoji. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.